I am not sponsored by 3M, and I only am making this video because I genuinely enjoy using command strips because I don't like putting holes in my walls, and this is a great alternative to having to do that. So just like the genie tells Aladdin in the Cave of Wonders in the animated movie, there are a few provisos, a few quid pro quos that need to be gone over before deciding to use command strips to hang a picture or whatever it is that you're looking to hang. So pay attention to these to know if command strips will work for your application. So I picked these command strips up for about $7, and I've used them to hang several things like my shield in the background as well as my Avengers poster. I'm going to be using it on the Spider-Man artwork as well. I will tell you that different command strips are rated for different things. So these here are rated for 12 pounds for the medium and 16 pounds for the large items. So you just want to make sure that when you're picking out the right command strips that you're looking at those weight ratings and that you know what the weight is of what you're looking to hold. You don't want to put these on any sort of painted surface that is less than 7 days old. That is a recommendation that they give. You're also going to want to remove any sort of hanging tool that is on the back of what you're looking to hang. So for the record, we are going to be hanging my "with great power comes great responsibility" image, but you're going to want to remove this so that it's going to make sure that your item can clip to the wall the best that it possibly can. You're also not going to want to use these over a bed just in case they do fail. I've never had that happen, but that is a recommendation that the company gives on their product. You're going to want to make sure that you're using them in a controlled temperature environment. You don't want it to be too hot to where that adhesive fails. And you're also not going to want to use this on anything that's over 2 inches thick. All these are recommendations from the company, and you need to heed those just to make sure that you're going to be using this to the fullest of its ability. In order to make sure that our picture is level, what we're going to do is we're going to determine the approximate height that we want that picture to be at. We're then going to take a level like this one, and we're going to put this on the wall. We're going to mark just where that we want the top of that picture to be once we get this level to be level, so that we know what target we're trying to shoot for when we're hanging this picture. After we've done that, we're going to go ahead and apply our rubbing alcohol to the wall. This is just regular CVS rubbing alcohol that I have here. CVS doesn't sponsor me either, but you're going to rub this on the wall. You're going to let this dry for 10 minutes. Then you're going to move forward with applying the command strips. So when you purchase the command strips, they're going to come in sheets like this. You have 4 to 1 sheet. What you're going to do is you're then going to separate these pretty easily. You're going to push these together, and that's going to make a command strip unit that you can then attach to whatever you're looking to hang. So you can hear that Velcro clipping it in. That is how it works, and that's one of the great things about it is if you ever want to take a picture down and switch it out, you can just as easily as pulling it apart be able to do that. I am going to walk you through what I'm doing here with my poorly manicured hands, but all I'm doing is I'm pulling off the backing of these command strips. I'm then pushing it down onto the surface of the item that I'm looking to hang the picture, and I'm going to be holding that and pushing that down for 30 seconds. And typically I run my fingers back and forth over it just to make sure that there's no sort of air bubbles or anything like that underneath it. But after that has sat for 30 seconds, I move on to the next one. I put that on as well. There's actually a diagram on the back of the package, and you're probably not going to be able to see it. You can pause the video and try to see it right there. But if you're curious about where you need to be applying these to the back of your frame, that diagram will explain it to you. But after you've let these sit for 30 seconds apiece, I'm then ready to put these on the wall. So my wall has dried, it's dry to the touch. I then pull off the backing again for the one that's going to go up to the wall. Once I get those backings off, I then simply line it up with the lines that I've already measured for level for the picture. I'm just gonna push it on there, and I'm gonna hold that for 30 seconds as well. So after I've pushed and held for 30 seconds and thought about life and other things, then I'm able to remove my hands and the picture is hung. Now if you're following the instructions to the letter, you would then take this picture back off the wall, push on those individual strips that are now on the wall for 30 seconds apiece, wait for an hour, and then come back and rehang your picture while that has had time to set up. But I typically, this is just me, I typically don't do that. Typically I always oversize what the weight limit for the command strip is with what I'm hanging, so I know that I have extra capacity there, and then I will just leave it hanging after I've pushed it up on the wall. So I do want to show you really quickly how easy it is to actually take something off and rehang something. That is one of my biggest pet peeves in life, is when you have a picture on the wall and you're trying to get it level and maybe it has that metal backing that we looked at earlier like this, and you're trying to line that up with that one nail hole in the wall. It's very frustrating. Well, with this, it's relatively easy to take a picture on and off the wall, and I'll show you how. So I've just simply pulled this poster off the wall. The Velcro this has been hanging for about a week, but the Velcro's had plenty of time to set up and adhere to both the poster as well as the wall. But then all I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the back of my poster, figure out where one of those command strips are, and I'm just going to line that up. And because that poster was level when I hung it, as long as I get that one right and make sure the top is level, then the other Velcro strips will fall in place. So hopefully you've learned something and this has made your life a little bit simpler. If you enjoy making your life simpler, I would encourage you to check out some of my other videos and maybe even subscribe to the channel. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I will respond to those very quickly.